Well, Apple shares taking a hit today along with the broader market. The move lower comes as it preps to release results after tomorrow's close. Apple fell about 3% today. Let's get right now to Josh Lipton out in San Francisco with more on what investors will be looking for inside of those Apple numbers. How you doing, Josh?
So, Brian, here's what the street expects from Apple. Q1 EPS of $4.55 on revenue of $88.5 billion. That suggests a top-line increase of 5%. Of course, Apple has surged nearly 100% in the past 12 months. That's on excitement about an expected 5G iPhone, increasing confidence in that higher margin services segment, as well as recent strong growth in wearables. But today, as you mentioned, Apple slipping into the red. There is concern about China's viral outbreak. What does the coronavirus mean for Apple? How could it dent demand? Remember, China does account for an estimated 17% of sales. Also, China is a key link in the company's supply chain. Analysts at Evercore note that 2 of Apple's supplier sites are in Wuhan, considered the epicenter of the virus, but they think Apple will be able to shift production to other unaffected sites. All of this coming as Apple has actually been showing improvement in China. Remember, last quarter, Greater China revenue fell just 2%. Brian, back to you.
All right, Josh Lipton, thank you very much. Apple, Adami, what are you going to be looking for?
I mean, listen, we for a long time we said doing the math, Apple's going to earn about $15. You give it a market multiple of about 18.5, you get a $280 stock roundabout. And that's where it got to. Obviously, it's overshot to the upside. Karen made the point earlier, traded north of 320. I mean, I think a benign quarter, an inline quarter, given this tape, given this environment, I don't think seeing it back to 280 is crazy. That's not saying I'm some crazy Apple bear. I'm not. But this stock has actually been an excellent trading stock over the last couple of years. And Dan can outline that. But you've seen moves of this magnitude a number of times to the downside.
And in no way, BK, am I minimizing last quarter. All numbers matter. But when you're dealing with what we're dealing with now, they have 42 stores in China, obviously a huge millions of iPhone sales. Does it take away a little bit from these numbers?
No. I mean, listen, everybody, we've sat here for months and people have been telling me, hey, you know what? Apple is a services story at this point in time. It's no longer a hardware company. So if you bought the stock believing that, then this shouldn't matter whatsoever. You're buying it because the services revenue are going to become a bigger part of what they're doing. Now, I mean, I'm not sure I buy into that. The second problem you have here is, Josh talked about the 5G anticipation. Well, that's already in the stock. So you need to tell me what's going to be the catalyst. What are they going to say on the call tomorrow that's going to say, hey, this is new information that I don't know about that's going to cause me to buy this stock up 100% over the last year?
Yeah, I'll just make one point. So the Q4 2018, when I think revenues in China for Apple were down 30%. Okay, so that was a year ago. The stock traded below 140. So here we are. We got to 320. If this doesn't cause the company to give cautious guidance almost a year in front of this 5G launch, the reason why the stock was up supposedly 100% last year, a year that revenues and earnings per share did not grow, and the multiple went from 14 times to 24 times, then I'd be very, very surprised. So to me, I think as it overshot to the upside, it likely maybe gets back to Guy's 280 point where you slap a reasonable multiple on it, and then you say, let's set up for that 5G ramp at the end of the year.